Hey everyone, so I wanted to go over 30 things that I no longer buy, so let's go ahead and get started. So I do have the list here on my phone, so excuse me while I look down every once in a while. So the first thing that I no longer buy is nail polish. So I just want to use up the nail polish that I have. I made it a goal not to buy any more this year. Second thing is purses. I do own two purses right now, one that I bought from Target and one that I got gifted. It is made out of leather, but I feel like it will last me for a good while as long as I take care of it, and so I won't have to buy another purse. I also try not to buy wallets. I own, again, about 2 wallets right now. I have stopped myself from buying wallets, especially at TJ Maxx, because sometimes you can find really good deals and really pretty purses there. Wallets, purses too. But yeah, I just figured every time I buy one, I'll probably end up wanting another one, and then it'll never stop. So I just try to use the ones that I have with me. I also don't buy soda. I try not to buy soda because of all the sugar, and it just saves you money. Water is good. Water is my favorite drink. I use it to wake up in the morning if I'm tired. A nice cold cup of water is really nice. And if you pour things on, like pour water on a plant, it grows. And if you want to wash something, you don't even need soap sometimes. You just pour water in it and it's so amazing. And washes away all your troubles and dirty things. But yeah, so I try not to buy soda. I'm always reminded of that video that they show of all the sugar in a soda can. I feel like that was very traumatizing for me. I'm very lucky. My hair does get puffy and frizzy, but most of the time I don't want to say I don't care, but it's not a big deal. And I also don't brush it as often. After I get out of the shower, I brush it, but after that, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm very lucky in terms of the hair that I have. I know some people have way drier hair or way puffier hair, or it just needs more maintenance, or very like thin hair. I don't have a lot of hair, it's just puffy. See, it's not that. Anyway, what am I doing? Where was I going with this? I don't buy hair products anymore. What I use on my hair after I get out of the shower is a little bit of coconut oil and then some serum, that frizzy controlling serum that I bought probably 3 to 4 years ago. And it's lasted me a long time because I just use a little bit. Sometimes I don't use it at all, and I don't wash my hair every day, so I just haven't bought hair products, even though I should, because having brushed hair when you go to work is a good thing. I'm not gonna say it's not, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Another thing that I don't buy is tote bags. I have same thing, about 2 tote bags, and then one of those little bags that you carry it around in a little pocket bag thingy, like a mini one that you can fold up and tuck away in your purse just in case. That one my dad got from someone he worked with who no longer wanted it, and the other tote bags that I do have were gifts. But those are good for when I go to the grocery store. If I forget them, I'll use the pocket in my sweaters to put stuff in, and I'll use my 2 hands that God gave me, and I will not buy one of those bags that they sell at the store, for the most part, unless I can't put it all in a cart, or I can't carry it. Sometimes, I guess, but I also try not to buy those bags at the store. Another thing I don't buy is bobby pins, because I just don't use them. I still have a bunch from the last time I bought some years ago at the 99-cent store. I don't buy New cars. So the car that I have is I've had it for about almost 5 years. I bought it full price for $3,000 with a whole bunch of miles on it. It has about 195,000 miles right now. And even though I've had to, replace the tires, the brakes, the cylinders, the battery, everything, I figured you have to do that with new cars too anyway. And the insurance on the car is super low. It's like $50 a month. And I realized that it helped me save so much money. Even though it has given me troubles, I've just been able to save so much money because of the fact that I didn't have a car payment. I'm not saying I'll never have a car payment. I hope I don't. But for the most part, I feel like I'd buy a used car over a new one any day. Except those, the Ford Fiestas, those can be really affordable. Another thing, let's see. I will never buy pre-made packaged salads because I can buy a head of lettuce for 99 cents or go to Costco and get like 5 and an organic cabbage and make a whole bunch of salads for the price of made like 5 salads for the price of what 2 pre-packaged salads would cost me. And I just can't. I don't buy Ziploc bags because for the most part I use Tupperware when I carry my lunches. I also don't I lost my train of thought. I also use like linen reusable napkins to, wrap up a sandwich if I take it to lunch. But yeah, I don't buy Ziploc bags. I don't buy exercise clothes because I no longer exercise. I will try it too. I used to run all the time, so I have a bunch of exercising clothes for when I was running and training, but I don't anymore. And if I do ever get back into exercising, I have plenty of exercising clothes already. Let's see. I don't buy Starbucks coffee because it's really expensive, and I don't drink coffee. For the most part, I drink tea. I don't spend $3,000 I don't spend my money on oil changes on $3,000 mile oil changes, which is the recommended amount by everyone. I usually change my oil every 5,000 miles. I do top off the oil with that oil that you buy at the store, and I pour it in there so that it lasts longer. But yeah, I don't buy premium gas because I saw this video from this Canadian news channel. I started watching Canadian news because sometimes the news in the United States is just really depressing more than anything and not very informative. But I saw this video on YouTube from this Canadian news channel, I'll link it down below, where it explains that for the most part premium gas doesn't really make a difference. It only tends to make a difference on high performance vehicles and vehicles that race. But I'm not racing my vehicle. I normally drive right on the right side of the lane, the farthest away, the slowest lane ever. Sometimes I try to find trucks so that I can trail behind them and I have an excuse and people don't get mad at me for going so slow. Every now and then I pass a big truck and stuff like that, but I'm a slow driver. I don't need premium gas. Another thing that I don't buy is clothes with brands or logos on them because I feel like I do get bored of them very easily, and if the brand is all over my shirt, I feel like it's free advertising and I'm not about that. I don't buy souvenirs because most of the time they're just laying around, and I prefer to look at photos from my vacations and my trips that I take. I also don't spend my money on eyebrow threading any longer. I used to have eyebrow threading membership, but I got rid of it. And then after that, I would, thread my eyebrows every now and then, but now I just don't. They do make you look cleaner and better and more put together when you thread your eyebrows, I feel. But I just stopped because I'm lazy, and now I'm saving money on it. Another thing that I stopped buying is, or that I don't spend my money on, is video games, because most of the time I die, I can, play, what's that game, Panda Pop, on my phone for free. I actually uninstalled it, I think. But I die, and I'm not very good at those video games that are on like the PlayStations and the Wii's. So I just, I prefer reading. And then I don't spend my money on car washes. I can't remember the last time I washed my car. I think it was like a year ago. Sometimes if I'm visiting my parents, my dad will, I think like once or twice, my dad will just get the hose and like wash down the dirt on the car. But from what I know, he didn't even use soap. But I mean, water. See, what am I saying? Water is the best. We just use water, and he looked like new. Theodore, my car, he looked like new. But I haven't spent my money or time even on car washes. And if I ever do get the urge to wash my car, I do it myself. Alcohol, I don't drink alcohol. It's very strong for me whenever I do take a sip and someone offers it, and I don't like the taste of most alcoholic beverages, even wine. It's really gross for me. Some people like to wind down with their glass of wine, but not me. I don't spend my money on cigarettes. I'm really happy that I never got addicted to cigarettes, because after you're done with a cigarette, the stuff that's left over isn't even compostable. It doesn't compost. How do you call it? It doesn't break down. It stays in the earth forever. And I'm saving so much money by not smoking. I don't spend my money on Qtips, because I hear that if you use Qtips, like it squishes, not squishes. It pushes the wax in your ears even more inside, and it makes it clog your ears anyway. I don't know. I've seen like this little Japanese tool that people use to like scrape out the wax, but I don't use Qtips anymore. I just use water and soap whenever I want to wash my ears, and and then I just let it do its thing. Qtips, bobby pins. Oh, and then I also do not spend or have not spent my money on a dryer for my clothes. I did buy a washer, and the washer is pretty good about wringing out all the water in the clothes, so by the time I take out the clothes, it's not dripping wet. And I just lay it out outside. I live in California, so a lot of the times it is just sunny, and I take advantage of that. I try to save money on electricity. By not buying a dryer, I don't have to worry about it if it breaks down. I don't have to worry about carrying it around. I don't have to worry about getting rid of it when I need to buy another one, or again when it breaks down, I don't have to figure out what to do with it. I just lay out my clothes outside. I bought this expandable clothes drying rack. I have 2 right now on Amazon, and usually the clothes or even my blankets are dry within a couple of hours or less. And I'm pretty happy about it. I thought, or I knew I could do it because I did live in Mexico for a little bit about 8 years ago, and everyone does it there. Another YouTuber also who lives in Switzerland, her name is Sarah Norris, I believe. She makes a lot of videos about minimalism and financial independence and all that stuff. She mentioned how in Switzerland they also dry out their clothes on clotheslines because most of the people live in apartments and you have to pay to dry out your clothes. So to save money, they dry them out, and it's more environmentally friendly. And yeah, but those are the things that I don't spend my money on or that I no longer buy. Sure, in the future I could possibly spend my money on certain, one of the things in the list, but for the most part I don't. And yeah, this is my first video. Well, actually it's my second with this new camera, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to figure out the settings and all that stuff on it, but that was a lot of talking. I'll see you guys later.